First, let me say this because I feel like this is going to be like the last type of, outside of the reunion type of video that I'm going to make about Love Island, probably for a while. But I thoroughly enjoyed this series. You know, I didn't watch it when it came out. I thought, I was like, I'm usually not the type to watch things that are like overhyped on social media. But I seen kind of like all the engagement, seen all the memes and all the kind of fandom over it. So I was like, let me give it a shot, right? And let me just say I'm thoroughly enjoying my time. Just from the pure entertainment piece. I'm not really invested in people's lives like that, or these people's lives. I know people are like, oh, this is what this person's doing after the show. I do not care. After this finale is over, I'm not going to be doing no type of reaction or looking into these people's lives. But I have been enjoying this from a pure entertainment standpoint. We'll see who wins this, the finale. See who goes home. It's coming down to the end. Huda and Chris, we'll see what happens with them. I think that they're a volatile couple. That's probably not going to last, but that's just kind of my prediction. So we'll see who's the number one. And then we'll kind of go from there.
Love Island finale. It's been a week of ups and downs, a season of, well, ups and downs, and the finale is going to be no different.
Okay.
But I also want to say I've taken some time, and I want to grow as a person and find some inner peace and say some more nice things.
Also, shout out Bachelor Fan Take for this video. Appreciate the recap. Because it's definitely made watching this a lot easier.
At the end of this, we are going to have a winner and some losers, and we all have our favorites or see things from a different viewpoint, so be sure to share your opinion on what went down below, but when these super popular shows end, there always seems to be a lot of hate DMs that get sent personally to the contestants. Comment what you will here, but don't do that, please.
Yeah, don't be a weirdo.
So where my recaps last left off...
And that'd be the issue, too, with a lot of these reality shows. People be way too invested. Like, why do you feel compelled to DM these people like you know them? They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about what you got or your opinion of what you got going on.
We had just had a recoupling that saw Nick and Alandria back together after Sierra was pulled off the show because of this.
Shaking my head. Sierra, you disappointed me.
And oof, I just want to say, one, I've not seen a lick of content put on outside the show from TikTok or anything. I've just been trying as best as I can to catch up on the episodes and also balance family life. But when I said I felt like Nick and Alandria coming back together felt weird, some Nick
Alandria is crazy.
Not quite my tempo.
And okay, I get it. I'd like to clarify a bit. The weirdness for me was how they both said they were just friends after their exploration before, and also Nick had just closed things off with Sierra, and it was a rather swift turnaround. I also had no clue what Nick...
Yeah, but I mean, that's obvious though. It's clear that Nick and Alandria are only coupled up to stay on the show. Like, I think that's pretty obvious. You know, I think Nick had asked to be closed off with Sierra. And that he was really feeling her. So for Alandria to turn around and choose Nick, I think she already kind of knew what's up, right? I think she kind of was already kind of had this rapport with Nick and was kind of cool with him. So she's like, I'm gonna save him from being booted off the show, right? Now if she actually falls for him, then that doesn't really make sense because she should know better. But I think she's hurt right now because also the things with Taylor going on. So I don't think she's thinking clearly. So I think she's just trying to find somebody as well to kind of just be able to stay on the show and find a connection with.
Nick was told about Sierra's exit, or if he might have thought that there was a chance Sierra was going to come back. But with the knowledge I have now, I'm certain he knew she wasn't going to be coming back and had an inkling of why. As Zach with a K came out saying that the Islanders were told Sierra had broken some of the show's policies and guidelines, so they had some suspicions as to what was going on. Anyway, in the spirit of personal growth, I also hear y'all when you say Alandria and Nick is a friends to lovers type scenario.
No,
and
it's
the
not a friends to
was
lovers
always
trope.
there, but the timing wasn't because of their past couplings. Oh, and for the case, the next day the show throws a pint-sized challenge the Islanders' way in the form of new babies. So yes, everyone's going to be getting a new...
They gave these people babies? What? Why would they do that? These people known each other for 5 weeks. Why would they give these people... And they don't even seem like the responsible type of people. they can't even make up their minds about who they want to date and don't want to date. Right? They're around just kissing everybody on the island. And you giving these people babies?
And my interpretation of this baby day was that it's a fun way to throw a little chaos into the villa, while also getting couples to think about their future or family life. But it also doesn't have to be so serious.
I'm trying to sleep and I don't know what the I was hearing, so I covered my head.
Why are you cursing around the baby?
God. It's okay.
That's funny.
Your mother's a crybaby too. I cry all the time.
Oh, wait, it's a boy.
Wait a
Oh my
damn
gosh,
minute.
it's a boy. Oh my gosh, we look like bad parents.
However, things
That's
sure
funny.
do get serious with Chris and Huda. Starting
Of course, they take it seriously. That's funny though. Look, small anecdote. I remember one time freshman year, that I was in a sex ed class, and we had to have these babies for like an entire week. And I was killing it. Honestly, keep it a buck with you. My baby was sleeping through the night. It was crying at different times throughout classes. I used to take care of it. Used to stop crying real quick, right? But I'll be a good father for sure. And I knew. But then that was very vital, because it's like, even though I can do this well, I'm not ready for a baby. Because there was a couple times it cried throughout the night, and I was like, I'm over this. And this was like the second or third day. And I was like, I'm not having kids until I'm able to get a nanny.
Starting with when Chris asks everyone if they want to get anything off their chest during a baby yoga session, but he doesn't say anything about Huda or their baby, leading Huda to go,
Amen. I love that. Okay. So,
me then.
if you guys don't mind,
What about
scoot
y'all,
your-
baby?
WNBA superstar right here, waiting to happen. Future president. Anyways,
He's like, let everybody. Why would he open up that conversation if he knew he had nothing to say? Setting himself up for failure. Like Chris, I've been a Chris fan. Like I think he's been kind of matched well with Huda compared to like Jeremiah and the others, or compared to Jeremiah and the other dude who was trying to get at Huda. But why would you ask a question to everybody else that you never had an answer for? Like, come on, man, you gotta think.
okay, we will start in a downward dog.
Me then.
She's like, oh hell nah.
he also doesn't put her mat back, or at least she has to ask him to, and that is starting to get her a little
Uh-oh.
bit irked. Then,
Uh-oh.
in another challenge, Huda gets critical of the way Chris is handling their child.
What?
Why are you ripping shit off her head while she's screaming?
She's not even crying. That's not my baby.
And ours didn't cry not once?
Not one time on my mama.
Okay, next time, don't be ripping shit off of her.
As for Chris, this is causing him to get a bit exhausted. I mean, sure,
That man's
she's a
stressed
mother,
out.
that's a huge part of her identity, and this is serious to her. She also says she's getting PTSD.
That's true too. Like that's another dynamic that I didn't think about before. Was this like, or not think about? I knew before, but like, yeah, this for Huda, this is kind of low key, kind of real, right? Like this experience is something she actually went through. So she's approaching it a little bit differently than I don't know why this is moving. She's approaching it a little bit differently than how probably the other contestants would, because she's actually a mom, right? And I don't know if Chris, I don't remember it. She probably told Chris. She should have told Chris. But does Chris know that she's a mom? He should, but if she didn't tell him, then it might be a miscommunication issue.
from this, but Chris is still confused, so he wants to confront this and handle it maturely. So he asks her what he's doing to get her so upset and what he can do to improve, and she mentions the yoga thing and also not putting away that mat.
Is there anything I need to work on?
So, men, when your woman is talking to you and she tells you things you need to work on, and she asks you, hey, do I need to work on anything? Do you tell the truth? Or do you just be like, nah, it's okay. Like, you good? Because I feel like, sometimes it'd be like, I want to be honest with you and let you know. There's some things that you could be doing better. But then at other times, I feel like sometimes it's the setup. So you don't think I'm perfect, or you think I'm doing something wrong, and now something's wrong with me. So I feel like sometimes that's could be a double-edged sword in regards to how you answer that question, right? But yeah, let me know, men, in the comment section. Let me know when the woman asks you, am I doing anything wrong, or is there anything that I can improve? You answer that question truthfully. So I'm really curious.
Yeah.
What?
Give me a kiss.
Right now?
Yeah.
Smooth answer, man. He knew better. He knew better.
Wow.
Oh, this man could have gone in two very different directions during that silence, and he chose life. Not to mention...
Told you, he knew better. He's like, oh, let me just be like, oh, give me a kiss. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
It's kind of got a hold of him, and I mean in more ways than one, as the two have taken things to the next level.
Ooh.
I folded, bro.
You did.
I did. I wasn't gonna tell nobody.
I knew it. I knew it.
To the next level.
I folded, bro.
You did.
I did. I wasn't gonna tell nobody.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So alright, the couple...
Chris knew he wasn't gonna say that shit. He knew it. And ain't nothing wrong with you, Huda. You good, player. You okay. You good with me. Ain't nothing wrong. He wasn't gonna say shit to her. And I feel, bro, sometimes you gotta protect the peace.
Couples are rolling along. Shelly and Ace continue their deep connection on this s'mores date.
I felt like life was, it couldn't get any better. So you brought me back to that childhood place.
Iris and Pepe are in Makeout Central, and
Okay,
I sure
people are
hope
starting to lock
TJ
it
and
in.
Hannah have stopped watching the show at this point. Oh, and also the hideaway opens up for a couple to spend the night together, which everyone decides should be Amaya and Brian, and I have to give props to the Love Island narrator here on one of my favorite lines of the season.
They chose somebody else outside of Ace and Shelly. That's cool. Yeah.
Amaya looks like she's walking down the runway in the Victoria's Secrets fashion show. And Brian looks like he's walking down the hallway to meet his DoorDash driver.
Oh, and Taylor decides to make things exclusive with Clark with this cute little cheer because she was a cheerleader.
Since the moment I met you and we had our first conversation, the spark just flew.
Alandria, that's tough. That's good for Taylor, though. Happy for Taylor and Clark. They locked in like that. I want to see what Alandria's reaction is going to be.
It was like a dragon, bro. Conversation was fire.
Alright, camera operator. Absolutely diabolical to set up a land.
Corny, but yeah, that was diabolical on the camera side to put Alandria right behind him.
Right in the middle of this shot. But we just can't have everything going smoothly.
Okay, that's
not
two
on
people
this
closed
show,
off.
As one couple is back in trouble, and yeah, it's Chris and Huda. As
Damn,
Chris
Chris and
has
Huda.
noticed that Huda only ever kisses him in challenges or at night in the bed.
Wow.
Anytime he goes for a kiss in the villa, she's looking around to make sure that no one else is watching.
But you want to do things in the bedroom?
Out here, it's more out in the open. It's like PDA in my brain.
We can't kiss outside of here. What's the point of having sex?
Apparently, though, Huda is trying not to repeat what went down with Jeremiah, where things got so hot so fast, but I mean, PDA doesn't have to be like this all the time. Y'all can do it slow. You don't have to do crazy.
That's true, too. It's kind of like, we going to go we gonna go home run, but yet you having issues with doing first base, right, out in public. I feel that.
Yes, America has voted once more, and this time it's going to be straight up for each couple that they like the best, where the couple with the least amount of votes is going home.
Wow.
And after that last challenge, where Taylor and Clark were voted so low so often...
Why is America hating on Taylor and Clark? There must be a lot of Alandria stands out there, or Alandria stands out there, who was just hating on Taylor and Clark. Hey, but they gonna get their get back for her.
It shouldn't be a surprise when...
The couple with the fewest votes and dumped from the island is...
Uh-oh.
Clark and Taylor.
See, and that's America for you, right? That's the American vote capsulated in one instant, right? They clearly know Nick and Alandria are not together. They don't want to be together. They are just doing it just to stay on the island, so they feed into that, right? But as soon as somebody get closed off, they send that couple home packing.
So we say goodbye to Taylor and Clark right after they had just gone
that's tough.
exclusive.
GG's to
And
Taylor
as
and
for
Clark.
Nick and Ace, well, they're not taking Taylor's absence very well.
I lost a best friend tonight, so this shit don't feel real. Like, I feel like he's still here.
It don't.
I lost a best friend tonight. Damn, he ain't died, fam. You gonna see him after the show if you want. It ain't that deep, bruh. It ain't that deep.
Okay, y'all know he didn't pass away, right? Meanwhile,
Exactly.
all through that elimination, Chris has been looking absolutely dead.
Damn, Chris. Could have got to Chris. That man is defeated. He's a heavy sigh. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. 'Cause he did not look happy at all. He looks like I gave it all. And she still want more from me.
He felt disrespected when Huda just sort of walked away after he expressed his views on them having sex privately, but her not wanting to give PDA. Eventually,
that sucks, bruh. She just got up and walked away. That's terrible, bruh. He gonna just get up and walk away? Like when he trying to express his feelings? I'm like, that's why you don't answer that question of, oh, is there anything I can do better? Truthfully. Because as soon as you tell them something they doing wrong, it's gonna be a bigger issue, in my opinion. If you want to tell your girl or shorty the truth, go ahead, tell her. From my experience, when women ask you, is there anything that I need to do better? It's a setup question that causes more problems than good. But yeah, definitely a red flag. Definitely a red flag.
Huda explains the Jeremiah situation in relation to her not wanting to do PDA, but this one seems cooked, cause Chris has become like an empty void of a person right now.
Damn.
I would like to hear your thoughts on that.
I don't have any thoughts.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. He opened up one time, you got up and walked away, and now he like, I'm over it. Yeah, Chris is over it. He's like, I'm done. Like I try to come to you when I had the issue, and I'm communicating with you, but now it's over. I'm not going to tell you how I feel again, right? And that's tough.
Okay.
Now Amaya, she brings up a good point, saying, I do see where Chris is coming from, cause imagine if it were the other way around.
You don't like PDA?
No.
That's fine.
But I do see where Chris is coming from a little bit.
I get it.
Because if a guy was to just only kiss me in the bed, but when we outside in public, he don't want to kiss me, I'm going to be like, yo, what the f***?
Now it's around this time that Ace decides he's finally ready to take his growing relationship with Shelly and make it exclusive, as he's never felt this intimate with a person before. We also happen to get another invitation to the Hideaway, so this one is going to be all about Ace and Shelly, where Ace sets up...
Mind you, Ace and Shelly probably like the longest standing couple on this show, right? Why are they now just closing it off? It's the last week. Ace, you ain't realized this entire time that nobody else in the villa wanted you, player, and Shelly was gonna be yours? Like, why did it take until the last week to be like, oh, I'm gonna close it off with Shelly, when you was with her from the jump? That's the issue with USA this season. It felt like America had too much control. Yeah, bro. America just and Americans love the chaos. They love the drama. They love the issues. So they never gonna vote for the right person.
A heart in the sand surprise for Shelly before he finally pops the exclusive proposal.
Imagining your artistry with someone else in this villa and in the outside real world, that's just simply a picture I just can't paint. So I'm standing here in this hideaway, or sitting here in this hideaway, asking you, will you be exclusive to only each other, Shelly, Evelyn, Basaint?
So these two are on a high, and the highs...
See, and Ace even spiced it up too. He threw a do-rag under the backwards cap this week. My man went all out for her. That's how you know it's true.
As things then move on to Family Day, where everyone's folks are going to be zooming in and meeting the couples, and oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying things like the highs are getting higher, but just remember, that never applies to Huda and Chris.
What happened in your situation? I don't know, bro.
You
That's a
introducing
good
it to the
question.
moms?
Honestly, if I had the choice, I'd probably say no.
Okay, can we just call this relationship? Cause
Chris is over
what?
it. He's like,
how are we recovering from this? Cause I don't know. Now the
Damn.
twist here is that this Zoom call with the family isn't happening cause they're actually right there. And one of my
That's sickening. Imagine you don't want somebody to meet your parents and you think, okay, at least it's over Zoom. And then they come in person. Like, how do you explain yourself after that? Like, because that's sick. It's like, I had no intentions of ever introducing you to my parents or my folks. Now they here on the island and now they get to meet you in person. Because, you know, when you meet somebody's parents, they ask you all these questions. What do you do? What are your intentions? And it's like, either one, you're going to keep it a buck and be like, honestly, I wasn't even planning to meet you. I'm not really feeling your child like that, right? Or you're going to lie and be like, you know, they're the greatest person I ever met. I really see us going places after that, and really just lying straight to their face on the show. And then they're going to watch this episode back and be like, damn, this dude was lying in my face the entire time.
My favorite family interactions was with Brian's family talking about Amaya.
The first thing that your mama said was like, we love her eyes and also her emotion, how emotional she is.
Yeah.
She's not afraid of showing her emotions.
That was the biggest.
Okay, y'all, I am full on an Amaya Papaya Gaia, cause she's what I want in reality TV. And I don't just mean that she dials the drama and emotion up to 11, she's just herself.
But I will say about Amaya, I think at first I found her like annoying, like why do you keep crying every episode? Why are you acting dramatic? But I do like that Amaya at least showed some genuine likeness, right? I think she's one of the few who's been consistent throughout this entire show in regards to her being kind of like genuine, expressing herself. And I think she is actively looking for somebody, right? So I'm happy she found Brian and things of that nature, because the other dudes were just using her just to stay on the show. And through all that, she always kept it real, which, you know, mad respect for that.
One comes out on reality TV and is authentic and not trying to be something they're not for the cameras or whatever, I totally rock with that. So everyone is getting emotional with their folks, sometimes for very different reasons.
When was the last thing y'all saw?
That he folded.
Said he folded.
Sees her daughter and goes,
Love you, Mom. I hope you're having fun and I miss you.
Oh.
Nick sees his mom and goes,
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Then
that edit is hilarious because he really said that to her.
Everyone gets together for a dinner where they bring up their highs and lows of the season, or rather their peaks and pits. And with Brian saying stuff like,
honestly, my peak here is Amaya. The amount of love you got to give is something I'll forever cherish.
yeah, the highs are high, the peaks are peaking, but again, remember the rule. When I say that, it never applies to Chris and Huda.
Peak was for sure today, seeing my mom and my sister. And another peak was for sure playing basketball with the guys.
That man avoided everything in the world to not say anything about Huda. He was like, I'm happy to see my mom and my sister that I was able to see today and playing basketball with the guys. That was his highlight of his entire time at the villa. This Chris is done. Chris is OD. He over it. Yeah, basketball with the guys on Love Island is wild. In terms of that being his favorite thing that he did. He spent more time with the homies than he did with Huda. That's funny. Damn. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen like a dude get the ick about a woman. But this might be the damn near closest thing, right? Like once Huda got up and walked away from Chris, I don't know if there was anything saving her from, or anything saving like that spark that they had for Chris. Chris was really like, because when you say basketball with the guys on Love Island over the person you with, he hated it there. He hated it there.
I don't have another one.
No way.
He said, I don't have another one. And the crazy thing is, Huda's sitting right across from him. So it's not like he can't just look across and see her and make something up. He actively chose not to say anything about her. Damn.
Not even a mention of Huda? My guy really said his peak was playing basketball with the boys, and Huda's just over there going,
downward dog.
Then to really pull the vibes from this dinner, it's also announced that there's been
Islanders America has been voting for the couple. They want to go to the finale. Bet you it's gonna be nobody that makes sense. I promise you.
Another vote from the viewers, and one more couple is going home. So they bring out all these plates, and essentially the couples will lift the lids and either get an invitation to the finale, or it'll go down like,
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
So Amaya and Brian, Huda and Chris, and Alandria and Nick pull their lids and all make it into the finale.
Damn.
Which leaves Iris and Pepe and Shelly and Ace up for dumping.
Shelly and Ace, your Love Island journey ends tonight. Thank you for the memories.
And so Ace and Shelly are...
Ace and Shelly go home? They didn't even make it into the finals? Damn. I thought they was going to be a shoo-in for the finals. I think I had them as my number one in terms of like last episode or last recap we watched. Yeah, America. I'm pretty sure America was hating on Ace by the time that this was over. And you know, I'm kind of happy. Like he's going home. He wasn't my favorite by a long shot, but at least I thought for like the show and how long he stayed on and how many rounds he survived. Right, he would have had enough fans to be able to stay on the show. Right, especially because Ace and Shelly kind of have been locked in. But they were doing a lot too, so I can see how that turned a lot of people off. Like in regards to them, like them wanting them on the show still. But yeah, I didn't expect Ace and Shelly. I thought it was gonna be Nick or Alandria or Pepe and old girl.
So
Thank you for the memories as well.
Right after they had gone exclusive, and what is it with this season and go?
I think that's like the third couple in a row that officially went exclusive. And then somebody got kicked off the show, right? Sierra got kicked off right after Nick asked him to be closed off. Sierra and Taylor got kicked off right after. And now Shelly and Ace. America don't like seeing love. That's what I'm drawing from this conclusion. America hates people that finds people people that find each other. Especially on Love Island and reality shows. America's like, how dare you find love on Love Island? We don't care about none of that. You're going to be miserable at home. You off the show.
Going exclusive. First it was Nick and Sierra, then Taylor and Clark, now Ace and Shelly. But I also want to say, I know I've been annoyed at how Ace moved through the villa, especially early on with the exploring business. Still, I was kind of disappointed they didn't make it to the finale.
I thought they were going to make it to the finale like a shoo-in.
They had at least built up a long connection over the course of the season. Iris and Pepe were rather new, and while I don't doubt they're into each other, for me, as I see it, it's just a little too sudden. But here we are in the final.
Yeah, these would have been my two that I would have expected to get voted off, right? Because you don't ever hear about Pepe or Iris that much, and Nick and Alandria don't really care for each other like that. So I thought it was gonna be down to these two. But yeah, America fucked that one up. I don't want to say fucked it up, but like they surprised me with that one.
It's just a little too sudden, but here we are in the final four. And for the finale, these couples are all going to get solo dates where Nick and Alandria are discovering all the support they've had from their fans shipping them as they get these messages in a bottle from viewers.
I feel like we missed so many
fans in the letting the fans interact with these people are crazy. Why are you letting them? I get voting, right? Voting is cool, but you letting these people be a part of the show, like that's borderline crazy. Like, why would you? Somebody really took the time to sit there and be like, "Dear Nick and Alandria, you have been my favorite on the entire season. I've been telling everyone you all been destined for each other. You all just didn't see it yet. So I'm happy it all worked out. You have my vote. Dear, sincerely yours from California." Like, who's taking the time to do this? Who wrote these people letters? if you ever see this video somehow, somewhere, you're watching the live stream back on the VOD, I'm gonna need you to get a life. You can't be too invested in shows like this to where you want to write into the contestants about how you feel about them. They don't know you. They don't care about how you feel. And you need to get some real friends. That's what I am gonna say.
We just have not been noticing.
They also say that they're interested in continuing this after the show. Pepe and Iris continue to express how much of a wonderful surprise their connection has been and plan an In-N-Out and beach date after filming has ended, while Amaya and Brian hit us right in the feels while sharing childhood and family photos.
My best moments were certainly with you.
With you, I don't ever cry out of sadness.
Aw, look at these two. Amaya's just twirling her hair there, all happy. We've come so far, because she had a rough time up till now.
She did,
And
she did.
Brian, he wants to make sure those happy tears remain happy, as he's got one more thing to say to Amaya.
I love your energy. I love when you
You
get
gonna
the
say I love you?
zoomies. I love it. Definitely wanted to leave here letting you know that I want to make stuff exclusive with us, prioritize us.
You know what? Congrats,
Okay,
you two.
that's good.
and-
I'm happy that they're doing
They've
that.
gone exclusive. The curse.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. But curses aside.
Oh, GG's. Yeah, I didn't think about that until he said it. They went exclusive. They closed it off. They're not gonna make it to the final. They're not gonna make it to the last two. America seen that and was like, oh hell no. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Amaya's arc in the show, I think, has finally come to a good place.
On this table in the water so neither of them can escape. Now, I purposely put this date last, so I did skip over their night before, which is important for this conversation. Because that night, Huda went in for some snuggle time, and Chris was not having it.
Maybe 3 seconds. I'm done.
I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. My man is knocked out.
2.
It's not coming worth it. She said, look, if you not cuddling with me, means it's worth me bringing the wrath of God down upon you tomorrow. So be it. So be it. This is why important as men, you gotta pick and choose your battles. And Chris was like, fuck it. If we gonna go this far, we're gonna dive off the deep end and go off the tracks with what we got going on, or the rails, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go together.
Yeah, Chris just keeps his back turned as to continuing their relationship outside the show, and then production sends in this singer to serenade the two. So they're just sitting there.
What? Where did this singer come from? They had to walk across the water to get to this table. I ain't seen her this entire scene. Where did she pop out from?
Outside the show, and then production sends in the singer to serenade the two. So they're just sitting there mid-argument, paused.
That's what I'm saying. Be like, he could have just walked around the rocks and walked onto the platform. He walked through the water. Yeah, that was crazy.
Listening to this song, and this poor woman just has to sing on in front of them. But yeah, the writing is on the wall, and
I see the steps on the
eventually
left-hand
Huda
side.
goes.
I think we should have stayed friends.
Damn. GG's.
Okay, please. No hard feelings.
Y'all, this...
Chris is tapped out, bruh. He's just like, okay, cool. It is what it is. No fight, no fuss. All right. Watch these people. Watch these people make it to the finals. America's gonna make sure these are the last two couples. One of the last two couples.
I think we should have stayed friends.
Okay, please. No hard feelings.
Y'all, this was wild. I
Damn.
mean, Chris is calm, but this was wild. Chris then gets up and leaves, but decides to come back to the table, and I was dead, because he just walks back in with the kind of energy you have when you're about to go out grocery shopping with your partner, like...
You ready?
Said you ready?
Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Why you crying?
Okay, dude, I get it, but come on. Y'all
Why you
just
crying?
broke up. You know why
What's
she's
going
crying.
on?
Then, to make matters worse, they have to figure out how to get off this floating dinner table, and Huda goes...
Do you want to carry me or will you walk? Or like watch in the water.
What? Alright, bro. Now Chris is being extra. Like, you know, I understood how Chris felt. Like, you know, not wanting to be together, kind of just playing it like coy, keeping a real calm demeanor, not really kind of expressing interest anymore, being over it. But bro, you carried her in, bro. You gotta carry her out. Like, if you felt that way off the jump, like in terms of not wanting to be with her, then you shouldn't have carried her in. But you already set that expectation of, I'm gonna carry you across this water. So are you about to make her walk across this water? That's wild, bro. That's crazy. You had me, Chris. I was on your side, but this I can't co-sign this right there, or this action.
I'm not gonna carry you.
Said I'm not gonna carry you. It's ugly for that. Dang. Made her walk through the water, huh? Sheesh, that's tough. We walked away.
Okay, this right here, this was my peak of the night. What trashy reality TV bliss. But even though Huda and Chris are now over, they have to stick around because they're...
He didn't even carry her. He just walked away. He just said, you gotta do it on your own, player. This ain't... I'm glad we talked about it. We friends. All that romantic stuff. Ends right here tonight at this exact moment. No singer, no fool can save us. I said, I'm not gonna carry you. It's over. It's OD for that.
Still in the mix for the game. So Huda goes along with the other women on a spa day for some R&R, and we then get into the final moments of the show. Starting with everyone giving speeches to their partners, and it's all very touching. Alandria talks about not knowing that it was Nick the whole time, while Nick calls himself her secret admirer. Pepe and Iris talk about coming from their leather-bound...
Bro, I do not like this, bro. Why do they keep acting like... Maybe they're doing it for the show, but... Y'all clearly weren't feeling each other throughout this entire time. Like, you had the perfect opportunity to get together for 5 weeks. But y'all were exploring other people. Y'all was cool with other people. Alandria, you was all on Chris. Nikki was all on Sierra, right? But now all of a sudden, the last week, you all been into each other this entire time.
Bombshell entrance on the same day.
But also, I think it's smart from a reality standpoint and competition standpoint. They know they're playing to the fans. They know they're playing for the fans. Yeah, 100K on the line. I'll lie my ass off too. You right, girl. This is our last week together. I thought you was the finest girl in here from day one, on me. And even though I wasn't trying to couple up with you this entire time, I secretly wanted to. You know, I just was too scared to do it.
A solid base of friendship with a growing romance. And as for Amaya and Brian, well, I'd love to play the clips of all the wonderful things they have to say, like how Brian felt as though he had to be a safe space for Amaya, but now she's a safe space for him, and that they're two misunderstood people understanding.
I hope, personally, I want Amaya and Brian to win, right? They seem to have like the most genuine connection on this show, right? But knowing America is probably not gonna turn out that way. So whoever wins, they flip a coin, and whoever it picks can choose to stay in the couple and split it 50-50 or take the whole care. Okay. Got you. Okay. So we're about to see right now.
Each other, but I can't play those clips because the show put John Legend over it, and if I put that music in this video, YouTube will be after me like... Oh, and they even have Huda and Chris come up to talk, but they're totally complimentary of each other and keep things civil, mentioning everything that they've learned from one another, cause, okay, this is it. Ariana Madix comes out and announces that in 4th is Pepe and Iris, in 3rd is Huda.
How is Pepe and Iris 4th? Even though I thought they would go home last episode. But Chris and Huda's 3rd. They not even in a couple. They not even together. But they made 3rd place.
And Chris leaving 2 couples left. So the winning couple of
Nick and Alandria better not win. Yeah, Huda did have the voters for sure. If Nick and Alandria wins, I'm about to be hella mad. Because they not even a fucking couple. They don't care about each other, not even one bit. It gotta be a Maya and Brian, bro. It gotta be a Maya and Brian.
Love Island USA Season 7 is...
Let's go. They were my honorary mention. Brian and Amaya were my honorable mention at the end of week 5 recap. It's crazy. We love a Cinderella story. We love somebody who's a low rank on the scale who comes up and is victorious. Right? And I'm also happy it's not Nick and Alandria. That would have been annoying. Now it would have pissed me off.
Oh, congratulations, you
Congratulations
two.
to Amaya and Brian.
There's one more bit of business we need to attend to. Ariana has pulled out 2 cards, one with $100,000 and the other with nothing. The 2 each pick one, and Brian's has the 100K in it. Meaning Brian can now choose. Take...
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Do you love this girl more than you love $100,000? That's tough. That's tough. Girl you only been together with for 3 weeks. Says she was just safe space and all. That 100K gonna have to be my safe space. Find comfort in that. Find comfort in looking at my bank account, girl, cause I don't know you like that really. To be like, I like you more than 100,000. But Brian might be a good guy. Maybe I'm just, you know, an asshole, right? So I'll just be like, oh, 100K? What? That's easy. Sorry, Ma, I know you for 3 weeks. I know we had a connection, and I was feeling you, but it's not more than 100K. And yeah, see you later. Peace.
All the money for himself, or split it as a couple with Amaya.
Of course, I'm splitting this money with Amaya.
He's a good man. He gets 50K in love. I would have been 100K and probably would have got slapped. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Genuine connection.
Could you imagine Amaya's journey on the show ending with Brian?
And that was a good character development, right? From Amaya going to the girl who's always crying, the one kind of being used by guys to stay on the show. For her to kind of end her time on Love Island with love, 50K, great character development. Great. I couldn't have written it better myself, right? For Brian to come in and swoop in after all the stuff that Ace was saying and Zach was saying about Amaya, and Brian kind of swooped in and saved her, and that kind of sparked everything. Cinema, right? All the little side kind of beefs that were going on with Ace and his backward hats. With Huda and Jeremiah and Chris being crazy with them, the Sierra being a racist thing, I'm still tripping on that. But it's been a great show though. It's like the whole Taylor and Alandria arc, right? Because I wouldn't have never guessed it'd be Amaya and Brian at the end, right? Because usually sometimes you can kind of tell which way it goes, right? But I think there was a lot of twists and turns that made this kind of reality show kind of captivating and engaging. Hats off to the producers. They got reality gold with this one. I can see why everybody enjoyed this season. I know why this made a lot of buzz on the internet. But yeah, congratulations to Brian and Amaya for winning the show and winning 50K each.
Brian walking away with the money after everything. Plus, I'm pretty sure they'll both be profiting a lot more from the following they'll amass from this season.
True.
But there you have it. The final 4 all jump into the pool and our season is done. Gotta say, both be profiting a lot more from the following they'll amass from this season.
Wait a minute.
But there you have it. The final 4 all jump into the pool and our season.
Is Nick leaving the villa with 2?